acoustic guitar that's different from the acoustic bass? I mean, what are you looking for that's different?
I'd say the bass is probably a little bit harder to get kind of toned in. You have to compress it a little bit more just to kind of even out the tone. This I'm just looking not to get a boxy sound. I want to get a clear, stringy sound. And if it was a singer-songwriter, then maybe, or like an old Zeppelin kind of sound, you can get a little bit more boxy. But in order for this to cut through drums, and we have accordions and fiddles on this record, we're gonna definitely, cut some of the low mids and a little bit of the lows, and we don't really need to increase the high end because it's but we need to cut the other stuff so that the high end kind of comes through, and then that's what we're going to feature. And we're definitely going to compress it a little bit too. The blue mic here, let me take off all the EQ and everything because we don't need it for right this second. I want to just get I want to hear the sound just coming from the preamp first, and then I'll make adjustments after that with no compressor, just straight from the preamp. So let me.
Sure. Is there any reason ever with an acoustic guitar to go direct?
If you could try it. I've heard some people getting good results using that and a mic. But then there's the phase problems again too. But we have two mics, so there might be some phase problems that we're gonna have to check into anyway too. And another one is the Taylor with the Neve mic. That sounds pretty good. The Neve one, actually, that was an excellent sounding mic. I've done that in front and with that mic, and that sounded excellent. Every other mic I've tried, no, not really. They're real brittle sounding. They're missing a lot of frequencies for some reason. So mic seems to just make a world of difference. I haven't heard one other than the Neve, the Taylor with the Neve, that sounded that I would use acceptable for me. So let's Quinn play the song, please. Okay. Some levels here. All right, this is the blue right there. To me, that sounds a little boxy, so we're going to try... Quinn, you can just have the guitar player move around, basically. Quinn, try to get, a little bit more like that. Let's hear that. This way? Yeah, let's hear that. Not so close to the hole, though, and a little bit further away. Let's try that. Try moving that way a little bit. Let's hear that. It's still boxy sounding to me. Move back this way.
Basically, you're trying to get the resonance off of the soundboard and not the straight out of the hole of the box.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm just trying to get a little more clarity because for what we're doing with this, it has so many more instruments that I don't want a big boomy sound on it. I want to get a little bit more of the clarity from it. At this point, I'm going to try to EQ out a little bit of it, but I don't try to EQ until I've spent all my other options. Keep on going, sir. Alright, so the boxiness to me is coming around 300, somewhere around there. I'm going to cut a little low end too. There's the high pass. Crank it and roll through the frequencies. That's nice right around there. It's about 11K I added. I'm going to try to roll out some more low end too because it's... Now let's add the compressor here. I like these AFX compressors on the acoustic. Again, a quick attack, about a 4-to-1 ratio. little better. Starting to get there. How's it sounding, yeah? I'm saying we cut a little too much one. I agree. Let's try different. Let's try a different spot. I'm not happy with one.
So we're back to the original configuration.
Yeah, I'm going back to the bridge. You can either shoot either way. It's different guitars. You know what I mean? This one just happens to the mic a little bassier to me than some of the other ones that I've had.
Well, especially the Taylor, as we were talking.
The Taylor's definitely brighter. Yeah, I'm not getting the boxy. So let's hear the same mic setup, same EQ with that right there. Let's hear that, Quinn. Maybe that sounds much better, yeah. Less low. There you go, that's a beautiful sound. That's what I'm looking for. And it's just different guitars. My Taylor sounds fine right there. You gotta move it around. We can, and at this point, I mean, you could use two mics. Well, I'll throw another mic on there, but I think that sounds fine to me. I wouldn't use another mic. I don't think you need it. That sounds beautiful.